Everyone knows who killed Benazir Bhutto. They're wrong about why it matters. On December 27, 2007, a young man named Baitullah Mehsud claimed responsibility for assassinating Benazir Bhutto, former Prime Minister of Pakistan. The narrative was clean, almost tidy. A Taliban operative, a suicide bomber, a woman who challenged extremism one too many times. I've read the initial reports myself. They made sense in the fog of that day. The Pakistani government endorsed it. International media ran with it. Case closed, except it wasn't. Benazir wasn't just any politician. She was a Bhutto, a dynasty that had ruled Pakistan since the 1970s, when her father, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, became prime minister. The family name meant power, reform, and danger. Her father was executed by military coup in 1979. Her two brothers both died under unclear circumstances. When Benazir herself returned to Pakistan in October 2007, after 8 years in exile, she was walking directly into a current that had already drowned her bloodline. She knew the risks. Her advisors begged her not to campaign in Rawalpindi, a military stronghold. But Benazir was running for prime minister again, and she believed she had to face the streets to show she wasn't afraid. On that December evening, she stood in an open-top jeep at Liaquat Bagh, a public park where another Pakistani leader had been assassinated in 1951. History has a way of repeating itself in Pakistan, but not always in the way we think. The first account said a suicide bomber detonated explosives in the crowd. The second said gunshots came first, then the blast. The third said she was hit by shrapnel from a bomb placed under the stage. What I've learned covering assassination sites is this: the initial story is almost never the complete story. Witnesses contradict each other. Evidence disappears. And in Pakistan, where military intelligence has its fingers in every crisis, the fog is often intentional. The official investigation blamed Baitullah Mehsud and the Pakistani Taliban. But here's what didn't fit. Mehsud denied it at first. He only claimed credit after Pakistani media had already named him. His group issued a statement that contradicted the supposed bomber's identity. And the Pakistani military, which had the most to lose from Benazir's return to power, suddenly had no footage, no witnesses, no evidence from their own security apparatus. I've talked to enough investigators to know, when the military claims they don't have security footage from a public event in their own garrison city, they are either lying or complicit. Rawalpindi is a fortress. Every corner is watched. Yet somehow, the assassination of a former prime minister happened in the open, and the cameras, all of them, failed. Then there's the matter of her own security detail. Benazir had received threats for months. She'd written letters saying that if anything happened to her, certain people should be investigated. Those letters were never made public during the official inquiry. Her head of security was reassigned days before her death, and the Rawalpindi police chief, who would have been responsible for her protection, was never questioned about why she was allowed to campaign in an open vehicle in a military city. The UN investigation in 2010 didn't buy the official story either. They concluded that the security failure was so massive, so inexplicable, that either the Pakistani government was grossly negligent or deliberately complicit. They didn't have the evidence to prove the second, but they had enough doubt to kill the first. Here's what I think happened and why it matters more than who pulled the trigger. Benazir was a threat to the Pakistani military establishment, not because she was radical, but because she was legitimate. She had popular support. She could win elections. She could challenge the military's grip on power. In Pakistan's history, that's been enough to make people disappear. Whether it was an actual Taliban operative, a rogue military unit, or a combination of both, and I suspect it was more complex than any single answer, the point is this: the Pakistani state had both the motive and the means to remove her. And it did. Baitullah Mehsud may have been the tool, but he wasn't the hand holding it. Her son, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, inherited her political legacy. He became co-chairman of the Pakistan People's Party, the family dynasty's vehicle. In 2024, he was appointed foreign minister. The Bhutto curse, if you can call it that, wasn't ended by her death. It was just paused. The family kept climbing back to power. But Benazir herself never got to finish what she started. She never got to be prime minister again. She never got to challenge the military directly from a position of real power. And that's the part the official story wants you to forget. Not who killed her, but what she was going to do if she lived. The assassination of Benazir Bhutto was solved on December 27, 2007. A name was given, a motive was declared, the case was closed. But the real story, the one about institutional power, about who benefits from her death, about the questions the Pakistani government never answered, that investigation is still open. And it probably always will be. Subscribe. Every week we dig into the cases where the official story doesn't hold up.